Hello, Knights fans, back with the first edition of the 2018 Knights Baseball Roundup with Coach Gary Puccio. Coach, I know it doesn't feel like baseball weather out there. It's about 34 degrees today, but you are getting the work in. It's February. The team's starting to look ahead to the season. As you look at the 2018 season, what do you see from this team? I know you're missing Matt McCann, Ryan Brennan, Logan Frady, some of the best players in school history, and you have some young, promising talent. What's 2018 outlook from this standpoint?
Yeah, that was a big three to lose, obviously. I mean, Logan's the winningest pitcher I've had here, and Matty got drafted, and you can make a case that Ryan Brennan's the best player I've coached here. So, I mean, it's a tough loss to lose the three of them, and we didn't have a great year last year. But we brought in a lot of good kids. I mean, our recruiting class is ranked 68th in the country. Justin did a great job with that, and I see a lot of good young talent, but they're young. I mean, I think we have 23 freshmen and sophomores out of 30 players this year. But that reminds me a lot of the 2012 team, because in 2012 we had a very similar situation. Brought in like 16 freshmen. They were good, and they took off, and they had a mix of them with Michael Eisen and a couple of older guys like Ryan Kresge, and it helped. And I see a lot of those similarities this year. I mean, Bobby Romano's back. He led the conference in home runs last year to kick and play. He's definitely one of our top players. Evan McDonald has blossomed tremendously as a catcher. Owen is a freshman hitting in the five hole, hit over 300 for us. So there's a nucleus coming back. Our biggest problem last year was the pitching and defense. Our defense was nowhere near as good as it's been in the past. I think the pitching, we brought in, 10 new pitchers, and they're one better than the next. They all seem to be into it. They're gung-ho. They look very talented, and, hopefully we'll surprise a few people.
Definitely. You mentioned the pitching. We'll start with that. You're bringing back Corey Zeller, a key guy from last year's rotation. But other than that, there's going to be a lot of innings to be filled in there. As you look at this year's staff, I know Justin McKay's talked a little bit about Trent Valentine, Aaron Cohn, some of these other guys. What have you seen some of these freshmen, and how much of a role do you expect them to take on early?
You never want to put pressure on a freshman to say that he's going to be something special. But if we have a freshman that is going to do that, Trent definitely fits that role. He's got tremendous talent and great disposition. He's just a hard worker, and like I said about all of them, Aaron Cohn's shown that, and we got Evan Rayburn, Don Spinoza. I can go on and on, like Chris Quijano. I'm forgetting a couple, Austin Krebs. They've all been solid, and I think that's going to be a big help for us. I mean, I think also we're going to have some moves that we can make, where in the past that was one of our issues. We couldn't really make too many moves pitching-wise. So I think we're second to last in the country in walks per 9 innings pitched. We're going to be a long way from that this year. They're definitely going to throw strikes. They show the ability to do that. And again, it comes down to learning in Division I that they can't throw that fat 2-2 fastball over the plate anymore that they could get away with in high school with the 7, 8, 9 hitters. That's got to change. But yeah, I think the pitching is going to be a big surprise. And obviously, Corey's the ace. I mean, Corey's still the guy that anchors everything. He's got 9 wins here in 2 years, and he had a bad year last year. So I mean, this kid's got great potential. He's been very solid for us, and I don't see why that's going to change.
Definitely. Yeah, throwing strikes a big part of it. And then the other side of the ball, you did lose a lot of offense, but you're also bringing a lot back. You got Evan McDonald, who's one of the team's leaders behind the plate. You mentioned Bobby Romano, star player for you there. He's going to be shifting positions possibly this season. And then you also have Mike Veed, who was kind of a surprise last year. He comes in as a freshman, turns a lot of heads, makes all NEC second team, garners some national accolades. So strong season for him. So you are bringing back those three guys. How do you look to build around, specifically defensively, when you're missing a guy like Brennan at first and McCann at short, some of the key guys there? I mean, I know your outfield's still intact for the most part, but definitely on the infield.
Yeah, well, we already, suffered the injury bug with Hunter Risa, because he was going to be our starting shortstop this year, and he's out for the year, so that kind of hurt. So, I talked to Bobby about it, because he's a senior, and he's, was a shortstop in high school and everything, and he's more than willing to make the move, so we've moved him over to short. And hopefully that's going to, help us survive. Mike Veed, like you said, I forgot to mention Mike Veed. I don't know how you forget to mention an All-American, but he had a tremendous year as a freshman. He had 400 for us in the conference, which was mind-boggling for a freshman. So he's going to be very good, too. And I think the defense just in general is much better. So, it's got to play out, but this team's definitely stronger than last year's team.
Yeah, definitely. And then recently, I think it was last week, we announced the incoming class for the 2022 class, so not to look too far ahead, but definitely another promising class that you and Coach McKay really focused and brought in here. I believe it was 15 or 16 guys on that list. As you get to see them now, as they're still maturing here and another year out, but as you look at that class, what do you see on the whole?
Yeah, I think it'll be 104 when they get here, till 2022 when they graduate. So, but yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, we're getting more and more talented kids coming in, and you know, Justin's a terrific recruiter. I've always said, I mean, it's not an accident that he was named a top recruiter in the conference 2 years ago, and you know, he just has a magic touch that he finds terrific players and seems to get them to want to come here, which is a big part of it. We have a whole bunch of them even coming to the dinner this year. Like, it's incredible that these recruits are, you know, buying in. But I think there's a lot of signs to show that the program's moving in the right direction. Yeah, we stumbled a little bit last year, but if you go back to the 2 years before that, we won 50 games over those 2 years. We went to the finals of the conference, made the playoffs both years, and so that, you know, I mean, if you look overall, 3 of the last 6 years we've been in the playoffs. The program's moving in the right direction, and I think these kids coming in are only going to raise the level of play here, which is important.
Definitely. And now one of your favorite events of the year coming up here, the first pitch dinner, which will take place on February 17th at the Park-Ridge Marriott. I know tickets are going to be a hot commodity. I think you've sold out almost to a degree. I know it's going to be one of the largest turnouts in school history, which kind of seems like every year. I feel like every year you keep raising the bar, and it becomes a more in-demand event. Just talk about what to expect there and how some of our fans who are still trying to get a couple of extra tickets can procure those.
Yeah, it's the John Bittmann 8th annual first pitch dinner, and you're right. Every year we've managed to get more people than the year before, and every year we say, I don't think we can get higher next year. You know, we had 217 people attend last year, and right now reservations are over 250. So if everyone comes that's put in to come, it's incredible how this thing keeps growing every year, and it's great. I mean, hopefully we keep having that happen. It's nice to know that I'm running out of space, that I'm running out of seats. You know, if someone's interested in coming, right now, at this stage, the best move is to call my office at 201-692-2245 and make a reservation so I make sure I have a seat for them. But it's going to be a great event. I mean, every year it is, and the fact that it keeps growing means people keep coming back and bringing more alumni, and that's the name of the game for us. So we're expecting a big turnout and hopefully, you know, we always say it's the best night to be a night.
Definitely. And just to talk, not to look too much into the dinner, but you're going to do a lot of great things throughout it. One of them is to honor some of the best wooden bat players as well as the metal bat players at the dinner. Yeah,
we're going to honor the top 3 of every category. In the 1972 was the cutoff of the wooden bats, so the 1951 to 1972, the all-time leaders and everything, and then 72 on to the present. So that gives us a good potpourri of mixture of the older alumni with the younger alumni, and it's going to be a good thing. It really is. And we got some people coming that have, you know, never came in the past, that are big-time players, well-known players in the program that are going to make an appearance for the first time, and I think that's really good too. So again, you know, moving in the right direction.
And lastly, we honored him obviously at the FDU Hall of Fame back with Jack DeRosa, one of the great alums of the Fairleigh Dickinson past here. He's also going to be recognized at the first pitch dinner. Talk about what he meant to this program and what the ceremony will look like there.
Yeah, Jack obviously went in the Hall of Fame this year, which we were very happy about. And his wife, Mickey, and his sons, Mark and Kevin, are scheduled to appear, are scheduled to come. And Mark's going to talk on behalf of his father's induction, which is great. And Mark DeRosa is the same Mark DeRosa who played Major League Baseball for 17 years, so they're a local family that obviously worked out very well for them over the years. So we're looking forward to that, and we're really happy that he's in the Hall of Fame. And you know, we've done that consistently every year. So have the newest Hall of Fame member speak. So Jack passed away, I think it was 2011 or 12. So his kids and his wife are definitely going to be there for us, we're very glad to hear.
Great. Well, looking forward to it. Well, thanks for your time today, Coach, as we'll definitely meet again before the season gets underway. So the Knights will open the season down in Tennessee, but before that, definitely get ready for the first pitch dinner. Check out FDUKnights.com for all information about the FDU baseball team, upcoming events, get a look at this year's roster, that incoming 2022 class as we look way down the road, but all the things regarding the team and all news, definitely make sure you check back to FDUKnights.com.